We're starting? We got it?
We're back at it.
All right, welcome to this edition of the Native News Update. I'm your host for today's program, Paul Demain. On this beautiful Monday, September 21st. Many of the stories right here today can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com. And stop in the next few days for the live stream in the featured digital player there at www.indiancountrytv.com, where we're doing the gathering of Native Americans up at the landing on the Lakota Reservation for Tuesday and Wednesday, September 22nd and 23rd. And here are the news stories from the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The Sisseton-Wahpeton College at Aberdeen, South Dakota will receive a $220,000 education outreach grant. The agency Village College is one of 22 tribal schools nationwide getting funds through the U.S. Department of Agricultural Rural Development Tribal College Grant Program. The grants are provided to land-grant institutions for education and outreach to provide essential services to Native American communities and to help meet residents' needs. A new exhibit at the Wisconsin Historical Museum in Madison, Wisconsin looks at 150 years of the Ho-Chunk tribe. The exhibit features studio photos from the mid-1800s taken by non-native photographers James F. Boodtaker and Charles Van Schaik. The third photographer, Tom Jones, is a member of the Ho-Chunk Nation of Wisconsin and a professor at the University of Wisconsin. Jones has photographed his people over the last 15 years to help non-natives understand the lives of the modern Ho-Chunk people. There will also be authentic Ho-Chunk artifacts from the Wisconsin Historical Society's collection, including ribbon work and jewelry. The exhibit, Images of the Ho-Chunk, runs through November 21st. The Spirit Lake Sioux Tribe of South Dakota has passed a resolution supporting the University of North Dakota's Fighting Sioux nickname. Tribal Council members adopted the measure on September 18th. The vote was unanimous. The resolution confirms the results of an April vote with more than 65% of tribal members supporting the nickname and logo. Tribal spokeswoman Eunice Davidson says the council hopes the resolution prompts the Standing Rock Sioux tribe to support the UND nickname as well. The North Dakota Board of Higher Education has voted to abolish UND's nickname and Indian head logo unless it gets a 30-year agreement from the state's two Sioux tribes by October 1st. The Standing Rock Sioux Tribal Council has refused to approve a reservation vote on the issue. And that Spirit Lake tribe, of course, is in North Dakota, not South Dakota, as I read there. The Nez Perce tribe in northern Idaho has closed 6 Mile Canyon to the public after homemade nail strips and road spikes were found on roads and trails. The first nail strip was found last week Tuesday when it flattened a tire on an all-terrain vehicle. Tribal conservation officials found 3 more nail strips the next day. They returned last Thursday with the Idaho State Police and found more nail strips and road spikes. The area is popular with hikers, bird watchers, and people riding horses. Adam A. Villavicencio, chief of the Conservation Enforcement for the tribe, says the area will remain closed until the person or persons who placed the devices can be identified. A northern Michigan tribe has released some young sturgeon into the Big Manistee River this last Saturday to help restore the ancient fish in the Great Lakes region. It's the 6th year that the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians has placed sturgeon in the river. Lake sturgeon date from the days of the dinosaurs. They can live from 50 to 150 years. Once plentiful in the Great Lakes, their numbers have been greatly reduced because of overfishing, habitat loss, and pollution. The tribe's Natural Resources Department operates a facility where young fish are reared until big enough to have a good chance for survival. Then they were put back into the waterway from which they came. Tribal elders will took part in the release. You ever have smoked sturgeon, Nick?
It's excellent.
It's delicious.
Very good.
The law firm of Lewis and Roca announced that Pyler Thomas has been named Deputy Solicitor for Indian Affairs in the U.S. Department of Interior Office of the Solicitor. As Deputy Solicitor for Indian Affairs, Thomas will provide legal advice and counsel to department officials regarding all legal matters related to Indian law issues for the Department of Interior, including the department's trust responsibilities, litigation, Indian affairs, energy and minerals, land, water, and environmental matters. Her primary responsibilities also include providing guidance and legal advice regarding strategy, policy, program formulation, and agency action. She will also be responsible for representing the department before various constituencies, including the White House, Indian tribes, congressional committees, and state and local governments. While at Lewis and Roca, Thomas practice focused on Indian gaming and tribal economic development. And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to thank our underwriters for helping us with this broadcast and you for coming here again and again. And if you get a chance to try some smoked sturgeon, I hear it's good. I've had some before. Delicious. See you again.